About 1:54. Guys, it is September 11th. This time we're here to talk about Thursday Night Football. It's week 2, start of week 2 in the NFL season. Last week had a heck of a game for Thursday night. Usually the Thursday night games aren't that good. If you guys remember, it's kind of where they put some of the lesser teams or the teams that get at least less exposure. For instance, you would get something kind of like a Cleveland Brown Colts game. No offense to either of those fans or either of those teams or fan bases or nothing like that. But you'll get a Carolina Panthers versus who's somebody that's not real good right now. Don't say the Cowboys. But something like that. Well, the first game of the season is always lit. So I figured it'd probably be the Eagles and the Chiefs. But it wasn't. The Chiefs and the Eagles actually play this week, I believe Sunday. And so they did the Cowboys and Eagles, which probably a great pick because there's my hand. Put a hand in it. They were given it was their ceremony, their championship ceremony in Philly, and they hate the Cowboys and blah, 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 and chance to lower their banner and all that stuff. And Cowboys had an opportunity to win that game, but squandered it up on a fumble and just a few mistakes and some drops. But it is what it is, guys. It's a game of inches. So tonight-wise, another great game. Got Jaden Daniels, and you've got Micah Parsons on the other side. Here we go. Anyways, but yeah, Jaden Daniels, guys, was last year. I called it right off the beginning of the year with my, guess for rookie of the year, which he absolutely exceeded expectations. I think what was it, Washington and the Eagles last year in the NFC Championship game. And this is year 2. This is Dan Quinn, year 2 there. Deebo Samuel, just Terry McLaurin. They've got some players, guys. Washington's going to be a force. As a Cowboy fan, I know that there's a real possibility. I still think Dallas would be better than the Giants, but it's kind of a toss-up between the Eagles, Cowboys, and Redskins. Now, the Redskins, Commanders, whatever. They'll always be the Redskins to me, guys. I'm an NFC East fan. It's what I grew up with, okay? Then you got Matt LaFleur on the other side. LaFleur. I will get it right. Matt LaFleur. There we go. Just always killing people and just being an amazing play caller, in my opinion. I just think that he's a really good game caller. I wish LaFleur would have been a Cowboy coach. I think that he's one of the top. I think that the Niners coach, I think that the Packers coach as play callers, and now, of course, Harbaugh with the Chargers. I think those are just 3 outstanding head coaches for got some kind of weird bug flying around me here. Just for play calling, and they just, for being young and fresh and everything else like that with their systems, it just works. So with that being said, you guys have Jordan Love, and then you've got some killer receivers. You got Golden, who I think is going to have a great rookie year. I know he was quiet in game 1. Who cares? But Golden's tearing it up, guys, this year. Watch. And then I know that Watson's hurt, but you have Reed. Reed's an amazing wide receiver. And then that defense, adding a piece like Parsons, I just, that really makes the Green Bay, it really takes them up a step, in my opinion. Now, you saw how Green Bay played against the Cowboys a few years, just beat the snot out of them in the playoff game. Man, and then the next week, it seems like they lost to, I can't remember who they lost to. But the thing is, Micah Parsons in that, situation where It's just about football. Hopefully, he does have back tightness and stuff. And last year, the one thing I know about being old is cold weather does make everything tighter. And I know that they call it the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field for a reason. So make sure you stretch, my guy. Just, I think Mike is getting 12 sacks plus this year. Yes. It's unfortunate that he is not a Dallas Cowboy. I mean, just watching him beat the double teams. And I know that some people are going to be like, well, this and that, and it was late in the game. Who cares? Who cares? That's how you finish, right? You can get pushed around, let them come back and win. What's my pick for tonight? Well, I was really surprised with how well Washington did last year. And I know they won last week, but they played the Giants, in my opinion. I believe they played the Giants, right, guys? I just see it being a close battle tonight, but I see the Green Bay Packers actually going 2-0. And this one's a hard pick because very, very much on the other side, Washington could win this. But I'm just guessing that Green Bay is going to win this football game somewhere in the 28-21 range, 28-24. I think the offense and the receivers kind of tear it up. So even maybe 21-17. How explosive is Jordan Love? They looked pretty explosive that year against Dallas, didn't they? We'll see. So, guys, like I said, LaFleur's a heck of a coach. I love Q, Dan Quinn. But let's just see what happens. I will say that if Washington beats the Green Bay Packers tonight, that shows you kind of how strong Washington is and really was last year, and that they're just kind of carrying on with the momentum that they had last year. And man, that was a close game last year too, guys. So who do you pick? Thursday Night Football, are you guys able to watch? I know a lot of people work. It's on later. I know as soon as I get home. Have I been watching Thursday night? No, but you always got to pay attention, especially if you do fantasy. How are you doing in fantasy? I won one. I'm in 2 different leagues. I have a family league, and I'm also in a friend's work league. His work league-wise, I lost. My family league-wise, I won. My wife has actually won the family league the last 2 years. She's a back-to-back champ. And I won it a few years before that. Last year was 12 teams in there too. So, and then there's been 10 always, most of the time, I think always. So we've been doing this for over a decade. But that's my pick. I'm going to say Green Bay beats the Washington team, Washington Commanders. We'll say 24-17. How about that? That's my final score. 24-17. Green Bay goes 2-0. Washington 1-1. And then we'll move on from there, guys. If you're interested in what I'm wearing, it's the 2.3 tricolor rope that I got. It's an Italy one. It's not a Peruvian. Doesn't have all that stiffness to it, so it's still super cool. And I'm wearing a flooded Jacoji Boss Cross 18 karat mini. Much love, you all, and go Cowboys.